else on the CRA program?
Yeah, I talked to the auditor's office, and they saw no impact for the current CRA. So no value to it, no impact on it.
You mean from the turkey farm one?
Yeah.
When they did? Well, I don't know how we would know because it's been so long ago, but there wasn't any impact, but times have changed. That's a lot of years ago. Things are moving differently. And I think we're going to see some impact on it. You're talking apples and oranges, I think.
But, you know, we've had a lot of good ideas in this township. We implemented, we come back because you said that all these businesses want the CRA, Joe?
Yeah.
Do you have it in writing or something?
No, I don't have it in writing. I just talked to them.
Did you talk to them? Do you want it CRA? Is that what you asked them?
I asked them if they were aware of the CRA, and most of them were, and I informed them about it. And I said, are you interested in doing this thing? If you are, if you're planning on expanding, it could be made available to you. If you're not planning on expanding, then there was no point in it. Zelensky Truck and Tractor indicated they were going to expand eventually. Herman's kind of on the fence on that, whether they're going to do something or not. Harrison Machine said, yeah, they want to add to one of their buildings. They want to add a big shelter, possibly for the pipes and the tubing, keep it out of the sun, out of the snow. So they were interested in it.
I thought that the CR we were working on was just for the racetrack.
But you had in your paper that you were questioning whether or not we were showing them preferential treatment by not offering it to anybody else. In this case, it offers to everybody else. And it would offer it to anybody in that facility. If we expand it down and through the township, anybody in that area, residential and otherwise, would see the advantages and the benefits to
Is that
that.
what you're proposing? Is we expand it throughout the whole township?
Well, through a good portion of it, yeah. We can amend it twice. And if we amend it once to do that, and the racetrack people indicated they're going to move forward as best they can, this would help them. And same with the other ones, it's going to help them to a degree, and it inspires and encourages growth, which I think it will do. And that way we're not showing preferential treatment to one entity. And they're the only entity right now that's buying 160 acres of land, and they're improving it, and have already put over $100,000 into the property they don't own and paying taxes on it. There's something to be said for that. But I think it would be good for the township to encourage that, to get that going better, plus these other businesses, and it might invite other businesses in the area. We don't know.
I think the challenge is to how do you remain a rural area but allow expansion and growth where it's where it would be beneficial for everybody.
Well, we've got the residential zoning, we've got the commercial zoning, and light industrial zoning. I think that kind of clarifies some of that. You'd have to go before the boards to get approval of building whatever anyway. Correct, Anime?
Well, building of what, a house?
House or commercial or business, whatever.
They don't have to go before the board, they just come to me for a house.
Yeah, I mean, but
If
he's
it's,
talking.
if it's a permitted use in that district,
Right.
they just come to me. If it's conditionally permitted, they go before the Board of Appeals.
Right, that's what I mean, we've got those zoned areas already, so they can't really do much above and beyond those zoned areas, so it's kind of controlled already. And like Terry Allen indicated from Harrison Machine all the way out to the track, there's no real, he didn't, I mean, it was his opinion, of course, that there's not that much in that area that people would be looking forward to doing additional building or whatever, so that's, how many people would need to take advantage of it? I don't know. It'd be good for some of the businesses is what I'm saying.
Or somebody build a new house.
Pardon?
Or somebody build a new house.
Yes.
It also includes renovation too.
Yeah, the renovation of a minimum investment of what, $2,500, I guess, yeah. So that would include, if you want to put a garage over, if you want to expand the house or whatever.
You just want to do this on the south side of 305?
I don't know.
You live on the north side, they build the same house.
Well,
That
we
one
could-
has abatement, that one doesn't.
You could make the whole township a CRA, and there's no negative on this that I can see anywhere, because it would open it to everybody.
Wait, there is a negative, you're losing tax dollars.
No, you're not losing tax dollars. You're not gaining any tax dollars. You're getting 50%.
We're not gaining.
But you're not losing anything. Eventually we'll gain it.
So you're telling me, Joe, that you have somebody that has a piece of property, he's saying, well, unless I get a tax abatement, I'm not going to build a house on that property. Is that what you're telling me?
That has happened. I don't see it right now, but I'm saying it has
Give me an
happened.
example. What's a lot number?
I'm not going there. I don't have one exactly, no. I'm saying those are possibilities, and I'm talking to different entities and to Chris Maduri and so on. What is the negative on opening the CRA area for the township?
Is it
Yeah.
Mark?
Yes, sir. How much money does the township actually get if I build a 10,000 square foot house on my property? How much tax money do you guys get? You don't seem to understand. This is a long-term thing. You're not losing money if I don't build anything. There's no money to be lost. You're still getting the tax money from my property that I pay.
But the question is, does the CRA give incentive to people to build a house on that property?
No, and you guys
said
shouldn't
no.
you shouldn't be thinking, it does, but you shouldn't be thinking about that. Think about the big picture, about the businesses. That's where your revenue will come from. And this is long term. You guys, you come over here. You can negotiate the length. It's in your power to negotiate the length and the percentage of abatement you give them.
I don't think we have enough infrastructure in Nelson to supply the water, the sewer, for businesses
we
going
don't
down
have-
305.
I understand that. This is for your existing businesses so they don't move out of the township. There's not that much room for that much growth here. You don't have there's not an industrial complex that wants, a group of people that want to put in businesses all up and down 305.
Then why is that CRA? You just kind of talked.
I did what?
You just argued with yourself. You said if there's no incentive to do it, there's nobody wants to do
No,
it.
I'm saying you guys won't have 50 companies wanting to move in here. You should be worried about the companies that are here so they don't leave, and you encourage them to grow. You will get that money, and the school will get that money later. It's not, you're kind of, cut your nose off to spite the face.
Mark?
You're still getting the same amount of tax dollars for the structure that's there, correct? You're just giving them a break on if they expand to their structure or put another building up.
That's correct.
So how are you losing money?
Or not? So I've been trying to say, we get 10.8% of the taxes on that property. The school gets 56.7% of those taxes on that property. And I had numbers crunched once upon a time for the marijuana thing. They weren't the correct numbers, but they're substantial. The school system would benefit greatly from that.
Mr. Earhart, for the CRA, if you put something like that exists, do you have to have residential in addition to commercial? You can't just have commercial on it, correct?
No, you can have residential and commercial.
I think you have to.
Yeah, it's how you structure the property, it's how you structure the zone itself. For instance, if we go with a post-94 CRA, you would have to include more than just, say, the tract. We have to include other properties, but, you could then limit it to, by only properties that are in certain zones, I suppose.
But you couldn't just do the track and that's it, everybody else is.
Right, you have to have other properties.
If you're going to expand it for
Correct.
that, you have to have residential in there.
There was a thing for residential. I forgot to mention that, yeah. So that's pretty much the only way we could do it, would be to expand it and move it out and around instead of just,
Right.
because if there was a residential/commercial or something. And that
Residential, it covers all those types of
Yeah.
properties.
Okay.
It's a lot more flexibility than the other product, which is the enterprise zone, which is only industrial.
Which we don't really have.
Right.
Mr. Dolan?
This CRA, isn't it in effect like a tax freeze? We're not going to lose any taxes that are paid right now, but we're not going to get any extra income.
It depends on how you set it up.
So, but basically, that's what it does. It prolongs when we do get the income, it's 5 to 15 years on down the road. However you set it up. So say for the first 5 years, you're freezing our taxes. The cost of running this township ain't froze. It's going up in every level. It's going up in insurance. It's going up on fixing the roads. It's going up on everything on salaries. But here, in effect, you want to put this tax freeze in there and keep the same level of our money as what we have right today. You want to put it in the whole township? You're basically freezing our taxes. The money we got coming in today is what we're going to have 5 years from now, and then we're going to start getting the benefits. Great.
What they're saying is they want an incentive to come here. That's what they're after.
Well, you really think after they put that kind of money in down there, that if they don't get this thing they're gonna pull out?
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Well, I don't either. But
Brad, taxes are not frozen. The taxes on the property will go as it normally would do.
Right.
So you're not freezing anything, Mr. Dolan. Your taxes are gonna continue. They're just that portion of it what they're not gonna be paying on.
you're not gonna get any increase.
You're gonna
For
get a
5
normal-
years to 15
You're
years.
gonna get a normal increase the way the taxes typically go in a township. You're not gonna lose that. You're not gonna gain on the other until that period of time is done, but you're not freezing anything, no. Is that correct?
That's what I understand it to be, sir.
Thank you. Does that clarify?
I don't know, I mean, if you built something today and the township would benefit, say, $1,000 today, you wait 5 years, to get an extra dime out of that building, 5 years from now, you're gonna get starting to get the $1,000, you just lost $5,000.
But that's where you can structure to shorten the length of time and say they're only getting a 20, 30, or 40% reduction.
And in the case of, with this marijuana thing over here, you're the one that said $32,000 in 5 years, that's $160,000 that we're losing.
He was also wanting to donate $100,000 a year towards the township,
Well,
which was another entity that, again, has to be discussed. However, but what you're saying, for example, you want to build, you're in that CRA zone right now.
yeah,
Since
big deal.
1985, that whole block is part of that.
Right.
Brochus, Adams, Ely, and 88. You want to build a garage there, you could qualify for tax abatement. In the meantime, if your other property taxes continue to go up, they are going to go up. They're not being frozen at all. The only thing you're not going to be paying additional on eventually would be, or until then, would be that garage you put on. So your property tax is fine, everybody else's goes up, you're still going to go up. Just that portion of it is not going to.
I understand that.
All right.
And me living in that area, my house is in the abatement zone right now. It's my opinion, I wish they'd get rid of the abatement so the township can benefit from this marijuana farm from day one.
Okay, that's your opinion, that's fine.
Okay, so